Most what ifs that I do plan out, like kind of go through it in my head, and then if something needs to be changed, I'll change through it. But that's usually with major events. On some minor events, I kind of go through it just off the bat. This one is mainly gonna be just right off the bat. There are some stuff that I did think of, but mainly the stuff I gotten from like images that I gotten from images that I've seen of Dako. We're gonna use this image as the main I guess course for this what if. But yeah, I will reference other images within this what if, and if you can guess what those images is, and that's good for you, because that's the point. That's the point, if you can find these references to these other types of what ifs. Well, not what ifs, images that I've been using for this what if. Right. Drop my mic. Right, anyways. Let's get started. I'm gonna have to keep listening on this music, make sure it doesn't get too poppin'. Right, to start off, this what if is gonna take place within the anime, within the TV show. I was thinking of having it going through like the actual OVA and movie, but I decided against that and just go with the anime. Even though this one seems more like it would go for the OVA, but you know what? Yeah. Alright. It's alright. It's obviously Valentine's Day, right? Lunar Nova, which I think is based in Europe, right? I don't know if Europe still celebrate Valentine's Day or not, but let's say in this case they do, right? Most of the girls right there, they're pretty excited because you know they can go out and just find either go out with those that they already dating or whatnot. Yeah. Diana doesn't really care for the day, right? If anything, the only time she ever did care for this day was when she was a kid. She would basically celebrate it with her mom. Because you know, to basically show that she really does appreciate her. But just like her childhood, when her mother died, anything that was gleeful for her just kind of had to fade it away, so she can be the proper person to be the head of the Cavendish family. Hannah and Barbara, normally they would try to go for, let's say, some of the Ambleton boys and whatnot, but they decide this basically every year to try to get Diana, just to at least have some fun for the day, right? That's their ultimate goal. If they can at least bring her out to at least try to find a boyfriend, that's fine for them, right? But mainly their main goal is just for Diana to have fun. Diana on these particular days is just it's basically impossible to try to convince her to do anything else. Alright, so yeah, Hannah and Barbara, they've been trying, but they cannot sway Diana. So they decide to ask the other girls for help. Amanda, no dice. Heck, even with the amount of teasing that Amanda gives Diana, no dice. Jasmine, Constant, it was a long shot for them, but still no dice. Susie Elote, again, no dice. Akko, however, they cannot find. Akko is the hardest person to find on this day, which to them is very surprising. It's very surprising to them. They think that Akko will probably be like everyone else, just excited for the day or whatnot. They've rarely seen Akko at all. She has not caused any mishap that they kind of expected. Any kind of mishap. They've asked Susie and Lotte, what's going on with Akko? Lotte really doesn't have any idea. There's something going on out there. They really have no idea. Lotte, it just says that Akko has been quiet for the past week. She's been quiet for the past week. She has no idea why. Akko won't talk to them about this. Susie makes a comment that Akko's probably doing something stupid or whatnot. She's planning something stupid. Which Lotte kind of chastised Susie about. But, she can't really deny it. which is very strange. They once again ask the other girl, and the only one to get a response is actually Jasminka. Jasminka says that she has been helping Akko lately. For the past week, she's been helping Akko. When they ask her what it is, not even Jasminka can't answer them, mainly due out of a promise to Akko. So it's just really frustrating to Diane, to Barbara and Hannah, because they figured if anybody can convince to at least sway Diana a little bit, it will be Akko. They cannot find her. They cannot find her. So once again, they tried to find Diana. They tried to find Diana, and they can't find her, which is really weird for them. They go to their usual spots that they would find Diana, and she can't find them at all. Not in the library, not in the room, not even talking with any of the teachers. Not even the teachers knew where she went. It's like after the school day, it's like after the classes had ended, Diana just disappeared. They turned her back. They turned her back for a few seconds, and Diana just disappeared. So they basically are kind of frantic about what is happening, and by the time dinner time rolls around, they kind of are just too exhausted right now trying to look for Diana. They cannot find her, and it is very, very sad. Not sad, annoying to them. Barbara makes it was. Isn't it until they had a chance to basically rest, which is at dinner time, that Barbara basically thinks that maybe Diana does have a boyfriend now. Maybe that's why. She's just suddenly disappeared and whatnot. Hannah doesn't really think so, because if she did, then why would she not tell them? Then Barbara basically makes a comment saying on how it could be a situation from Nightfall, and she basically goes on this little tangent about a scene from Nightfall, on how I think Bella was her name. You know what? Fuck it. Let's look up something Twilight related. I'm not gonna, because we know Nightfall is based on Twilight. All right. Alright. I honestly don't. Just looking at the crap for Twilight makes me gag. That's how much I hate it. Anyways, Barbara goes on its tangent on how it's basically could be like a forbidden love and whatnot. Oh, it could be a forbidden love. That Diana is basically Edward. On how basically that Diana's Edward and no, that Diana's Bella, and that the person she's dating is Edward or whatnot. And it is just, and she just, and then it's just like to Barbara, she literally plays out a scene from Nightfall, which is basically I guess what would be the start of the series anyways, I'm assuming, on how Diana is being charmed by this guy who basically will be faceless because they have no idea what he would look like. Is being charmed by this guy, but Diana is just like trying to push him away, just saying that they can't be together or whatnot. But this guy that Barbara is thinking about right here is just as stubborn as Diana, which Diana swoons over and whatnot. After playing out that fantasy, Hannah just looks at her saying, yeah, no, I doubt that is really it. If anything, I doubt that's really it. I mean, it makes more sense. It makes more sense that if Akko was the one that she was with. Hannah gets up and immediately goes to Lotte again and just slams her hand on the table that Susie, Lotte, and Green Teams are at, and just immediately yells at Barbara and immediately yells at Hannah. Fuck! And Hannah immediately yells at Lotte, asking, "Is Akko with Diana?" Which basically startles everyone. Amanda's like, what are you talking about? And Hannah basically tells them what's going on, that after asking them for help to try to get Diana to just spend the day with all of them, after getting not getting any help from any of them, Diana just suddenly disappeared on them, and they could not find her at all. Susie looked at her like she's dumb, obviously, and she said, "So you believe she's hanging out with Akko?" "I mean, that's the only thing I got." To which Lotte also starts saying, "It's just like Nightfall, the forbidden love of Edward and Jacob." I don't know what their fucking names are. And to which Barbara also chimes in on that as well. Doing more compatibility between the two male characters in Nightfall, in Diana and Akko. Which is just basically... Which again, it would show a little scene of a Nightfall, again from the eyes of Hannah and Barbara, but replacing the character with Diana and Akko. Sup, Seal? So, after they go through that tangent, even Susie looks at them both and saying, "Wow, that's the most stupidest thing I've heard since Akko." That's almost as stupid as something Akko would say. But Amanda immediately chimes in saying, Actually that does make a little bit of sense. I mean, heck, even before they were friends, usually Akko would complain about Diana a lot. I mean, honestly, we joked about her having a crush on Diana, but you know, now that I think about it, it could be possible. I mean, everyone looks at Hannah, and then they all turn to Jasminka, who, as stated before, does know what Akko was planning before. She doesn't know the full plan, but she knew parts of the plan. Jasminka, feeling the pressure, basically can only just spill what only that she knows, and that Akko had Jasminka help her make chocolate, which is something that she did in Japan for these types of day. And while Akko was pretty good at making chocolate, it was specifically that she wanted to make little molds of chocolate. The little molds of chocolate for Diana, which is what she asked Jasminka for. She didn't say that it was for Diana, but Jasminka tells them that it was a little chocolate mold that she wanted to make. To which everyone starts kind of putting things together that maybe Akko is with Diana, but where would they go? Diana would still be in the school even if she's with Akko. They would still be around the school. I doubt Diana would let Akko go off to the city or let her go to the town or whatnot. So after a brief moment of pause, they basically all get up and split up searching the entire school for these two. They cannot find them. So they cannot find them in any of the areas that they are allowed to go to. So Amanda basically suggests that maybe they're in some place that's forbidden. To which, again, Hannah and that Barbara and Lotte basically goes into a little Nightfall fantasy, which Amanda immediately shoots down, saying that's not what she meant. After leading them to one of the places that is forbidden from the campus, they eventually do find them. They eventually do find Diana and Akko. However, what they find is something they never really expected. They find them in a field that is basically like kind of surrounded with like fireflies, right? And it is just them sitting on the grass, just looking up at the moon. It is just honestly not that romantic like they were expecting, but it's still pretty sweet when you see looking at the area. Perfect timing on the little chiming thing. So they're just there thinking that they were right. So they're just watching them. So the gang are just basically watching them, just looking up at the moon. It's obvious that they're talking. They just can't hear them. However, Hannah and Barbara notice something a little bit off about Diana. Her hand is fidgeting a little. It's like she wants to do something, but she's holding herself back. But it's hard to do so. And to which they tell the girls that. Again, Barbara and Lotte kind of go off on the little nightfall tangent. To which Amanda's like, please shut up with that. They turn and see Akko giving Diana a bag of chocolate. It's the chocolate that she and Jasminka made. We see it from Diana and Akko's view, where we zoom into Diana and Akko, and we see that the chocolate are little unicorn molds. Diana is very surprised with this, saying that how Akko made these, or got the little chocolate molds. Akko tells Diana that she had Jasminka make the chocolates. To which Diana replies with, well, at least I know they won't be poisonous. To which Akko immediately like, hey, I'm the one who cooked them. Jasminka just helped me mold them. To which Diana just chuckled. And just thanks Akko. Akko immediately takes a piece and basically just puts it in her mouth, similar to how your character does in Doki Doki Literature Club when they put the chocolate in Yuri's mouth. Which, by the way, I did not go for the Yuri route for Doki Doki Literature Club. I'll be honest, I really don't like Yuri. Anyways. Anyway, after putting the chocolate in Diana's mouth, which the girls do see, illusions? What the fuck is this? Oh. Apple of Shinigami? That's the chapter you titled this. Alright, Ryuk. Freaking that fanfic turned into Death Note. Anyways, getting off track here. What was I saying? Right. Hannah kind of goes off like that is such an intimate act on Akko. Maybe they are together. But Lotte just kind of shoots it down, saying that Akko's very friendly. She fed me some of her pickled plums like that before. To which Susie makes a snark remark that maybe Akko likes you like that. That comment Susie basically makes Lotte blush a little. Then Amanda's like, shut up, look. To which we see Diana basically holding up the chocolate to Akko, to To which Akko gladly accepts. To which they're all just like, whoa, that is so romantic. Whoa, that is very intimate. Akko leans her head onto Diana's shoulder. To which Diana wraps an arm around her shoulder and just pats her head, which again causes the other girls to freak out a little bit more. Cut back to Diana and Akko, to where Akko just basically tells Diana, Happy Valentine's Day. Diana recuperates, telling Akko Happy Valentine's Day as well. To which Akko makes, after a pause, Akko makes a kind of a joke, as she's saying, and kind of makes a joke, which I honestly can't think of, so I'm not gonna say the joke. Which kind of annoys Diana, but also makes her blushes, like you see in this picture. To which Diana just flicks Akko on the head a little bit, saying, that was too stupid. But Akko immediately like, yeah, I got you to laugh, didn't I? I have no idea what you're talking about. Come on, I know you're laughing at that. Why else would you be chuckling? I am not chuckling. To which they kind of go on and off with this argument. Amanda basically said, alright, I think we've seen enough. Let's get out of here. Let's get out of here, Twitch. Which everyone else is kind of agreeing, but mainly Lotte and Barbara are just wanting to stay. Because again, after seeing that the wraparound, they basically gone into their head into that Nightfall fantasy again. And that will be it. That will be the Valentine special that I would have made. Now, if I were to use the actual OVA or the movie, obviously it'd be something different. I'm not going to go into that. But if you want to see it, let me know. If you want to see it, let me know down in the comments. I'm saying that as if I'm recording it, but I technically am recording this. I'm recording this separately, alright? So, yeah. And,